What's up, everyone? Welcome back to SmackDown. We're in Orlando, just fresh off the jet from the Island of Relevancy. The green screen is working now. I see. Um,
Yes.
we
You
we
can
can
hear
hear
me?
you. We can hear you. No issues there. It is a good night to be on the Island of Relevancy, live from Orlando, with the reports of Roman being the one to kick off the show since we did see him for 7 minutes last week. There was also on a rundown that was posted. There would be a bloodline segment to end the show, so who knows what is actually how the order is going to go down. But I think we're going to see more Roman and hopefully get more of him actually talking. Blaze was the first one here.
Hey,
San Jerry
Blaze.
Sports is here. RB is here,
Hey, hey.
and
Hey,
he
everybody.
acknowledges you.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you so
And
much.
I have, of course, the dish fired up, and I'm just waiting for them to roll into SmackDown. Fox is. I can't wait for them to get off of Fox. I don't know if you experience the same issues as what I do, but
Yeah.
welcome back to SmackDown for the second week in a row. And like you said, to end our first show, first of three, we're not going to have a 3.5 hour post bell because I do work tomorrow. So that that's going to be put on hold for another week. So Wes is here.
Hey,
Acknowledge,
Wes. Hey,
he
Mitch.
acknowledges me as well. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And Mitch is here. Hopefully he got a blanket and isn't cold anymore as we wait for SmackDown to start up.
That's right.
To the
I, so
side,
I,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm watching the replay. I currently see the replay from last week. Is that what you see? The
I
recap, I should say.
oh, I am still seeing
Hey,
whatever was on
bro.
Fox before that. So let me see if my direct TV is
Okay,
better.
because they're opening the show now. They're showing beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. Kudos, shout out to everybody who's there. I know several of my mutes are there. I love this for you. Okay, while you're doing that, I'll just give us a little synopsis. We're looking at the back of Solo's head, and they're spinning it around. We see Tamatonga and Solo coming in. He has no Ulafala. He's carrying his bag, and he looks grumpy.
I mean,
Yes, Blaze, my ghost is gone.
I would be grumpy too if I was the Timu tribal chief. So I
Right,
mean,
right, 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 right.
I do not blame him one bit. He knows what's coming to him from the
For
the
sure,
OTC, the OTC.
definitely.
I'm pulling up my direct TV stream and hopefully that is going to work. There we go.
Okay, we've got Samantha Irvin talking.
I think I'm still a little bit behind, but it's better than what it was being on a completely, hasn't even started yet. So
Oh my God. We have, this is not Roman Reigns. This is Tiffany and Pretty Deadly. I went, I wonder, does that mean he's not here? But I'm
mm,
sure you're happy, Nick. You still get titty time.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the unicorn balloon towers. They're cute. Okay, so they're opening it with Naya's celebration ceremony, which we
Yeah.
got cheated from last week.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and it like the rundown did say later, um, from Corey Hayes, there would be a bloodline segment to end the show, and they don't always necessarily include everything in the rundown. So,
Hey, okay.
we
Okay, Naya looks pretty. I like her look here. She's on her throne. It's giving like Game of Thrones with the spiky crown.
I love it. I love it.
I know, Mitch. I'm sorry, Denise. I hope we're going to send thoughts and prayers your way. I'm sorry you're surrounded by Cody fans, but I'm glad that you're there. I hope you can block it out and still enjoy the show.
So they must have hit up the New Day for all these the unicorns and whatnot for this
Right.
celebration for Naya.
And Pretty Deadly, they look like like 80s personal trainers or something. Fitness instructors.
That's fact.
Oh, thank you for asking, Wes. She is doing better, taking it day by day. I appreciate that. She's still my producer. You know, we don't get she don't get any days off. Look, she wrote me some notes. She said, "I think The Rock is going to return at Bad Blood because The Rock is cooking." I kid you not. These are actual statements. Oh, and there's something on the back. What is this? Oh, she tried to draw his Brahma bull tattoo. Bless her 7-year-old heart. God bless her. And then she says, "We hate the Cody Crab. We don't hate them. We strongly dislike the Cody Crybabies boo with like 5 million O's." I know you can't see it because of the green screen, but that's my kid. I'm so proud of her. What a gem. I love my child. Raising her right.
Yeah.
Raising them the way they should go on the island of relevancy.
Only way to do it.
I know, Brooke. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping that I know this is going to sound so bad. Rest in peace, Alpha. If y'all didn't hear, well, you probably didn't hear it because that was a different show. But I did kick off the bloodline with, just stating, on behalf of myself and Nick and all of us at the Hardcore Sports Network, our most sincere condolences to the Anawai and the Fatu families. We did lose Alpha Anawai today. And I know there was some speculation that maybe that might take Roman away from us tonight. I would fully understand family first by all means, but it does make me sad. Hopefully
given that Nia is there, Naomi was promoted. I would think that, I mean, Jay, Naomi, Nia, they were all at Money in the Bank. They made it through Sika's funeral and everything like that. So I think, Roman did tweet it out. He didn't say if he was going to miss it. It is in
That's
Orlando.
true.
It's close enough to Pensacola, I'm sure. So I think there's still a pretty good chance. And everything just happened today, so it's not like the funeral is going to be right away. And the next time we see Roman won't be until they make the move to USA. So it's going to be, he's going to have a month off right away with the 2 weeks back to back, and then he's going to have the month off. So, and also Nia Jax does look and is sounding pretty emotional from the part where I'm seeing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that is it. Unfortunately, kind of worked in their favor that they're in Florida. Of course, wouldn't want the circumstances to be this way, but it is good that they are there. That hopefully, selfishly, I hope that we get him. But if we did not, I would fully understand. But like you said, we've got Nia. I know Naomi is there, and I want Jimmy back too. I miss Jimmy. He's so funny.
Yes.
Is he off the injured reserve list? I'm ready for him to do something.
Just because it's pretty deadly, and the musical thing
this thing now.
Yeah.
Yes, RIP Alpha. What did Wesley say? Hi, Martina and Nick. Did you see the new college football debut? Say what?
Yeah. So last year, whenever the WWE partnered with the Big 12, they announced. It was for the Big 12 MVP in the championship game for football would get a WWE title, and now they are starting to custom title belts to college teams. I'm guessing is what Wes is saying.
Well, isn't that a delight? So I can rep Carolina and WWE at the same time.
Yep.
Man, just keeps getting better. I love it. I did not know. Thank you for letting me know about that. No. Hey, Sky. Hey, Sunday. Hey, everybody that's here. Don't be shy. Say hello. Thank you for being here. Look, okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know which one is the blonde and which one is the brunette out of Pretty Deadly. Who is who?
I think the blonde is Elton, because I remember whenever they did the Elton Strong thing, or Neck Strong, or Elton Strong, I guess, because Neck Strong was AEW. I think the blonde one was in the wheelchair, and also they are legit bending the knee, so going full Game of Thrones on for this right now.
So yeah, Elton and what's the other one? Elton and I'm so sorry.
Oh man, it's completely gotten away from me.
Well, that's okay, because I never had it. Sunday said she doesn't know either. If you can tell us, someone in the chat, please tell us what the other gentleman from Pretty Deadly's name is. Not tap dancing. They're tap dancing like, who is beating him up? Who is that?
It's Meechin.
Is it Meechin? Oh yeah, Meechin said, I'm trying to hear all this. She's in there with a kendo stick beating the brakes off of everybody.
Kit Wilson.
Thank you.
Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. I believe.
Kit like KIT?
That's what Google says. Yeah.
Okay. I like them. I never actually knew their individual names, but I do like them. I think they're hilarious. But they're getting beaten up right now. Michin took that kendo stick to everybody and she cleaned house. And she looks ripped, by the way. She grabbed a bottle of wine for the road. I'm not mad at you. Okay.
They are full on doing this musical thing.
Thank you, Jordan. And hey, Matt. Yeah, they're really. Oh my goodness!
What Barbie movie is this?
Okay, we got Naomi, we got Jay, we got Bianca, and all three of them look absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, there it is. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. I don't know why I never remember Kit Wilson. Oh no.
No, oh Blaze. We're not going to address that. I know I forget his name too. I am so jealous. Some of my moots met Naomi earlier. She had a meet and greet. I'm like, I wish I could have met her. Who is that? Okay. We have Carmelo sneaking up out of the background.
So I mean, with Michin coming out and attacking Nia, are they going to push her and give her a chance to feud with Nia? Because I mean, that would be super deserving and super interesting for Michin to have a feud finally by herself, seemingly here on the main roster.
I would like it. She deserves it. She's great
with everything she's doing here and down in NXT as well with the OC doing both, and given that SmackDown's going to go to USA, so I could see them starting to do SmackDown and NXT crossing over, even though it's going to go from USA to the CW. It's still cable basic and everything like that.
True. That's true. And Nia needs a meaningful feud for the first one, like a what's the word? A worthy competitor.
Yeah. And we know that Nia does not respect Michin or anyone, so it's not going to be Cody and his senator ways, giving everyone a chance and
right. Anybody, I respect you. And of course, she's a heel, so she doesn't have to be such a chronic butt kisser. But I think that it just goes to show you right there that we're more excited for Nia Jax, who a lot of people just completely wrote off. A lot of people don't care for her still. I've always been a fan, but the fact that she could go from like being fired to being a champion, and we're actually excited to see her reign. And we're still like looking at the clock for Cody. Like it might be Tiffy time, but it is not Cody time. Like the clock is not on Cody o'clock. So
how can Nia go from my hole to champion and have relevance, have aura, and have people hype about her second chance in WWE, and then Cody goes from Stardust to literally going away, not being able to get over in his own company, as Roman said, and then coming back, winning the title, having everything essentially handed to him by the Cody Crybabies. And I don't care. You don't care. No one
The people
cares.
who say they're here, they're lying because the rating says you're lying.
Yeah.
Somebody's tuning out. There's Brooke. Brooke said it never will be. I know Brooke said she was like, oh, I'm so glad that Roman's at the beginning so I can tune out. Like, man, that's just for anyone who is new here. Hello, welcome, happy to see you. This is a not a Cody friendly zone. I'm not gonna say we're anti-Cody, but just if you're a Cody fan, you're probably gonna be offended, but you will not hear lies because we don't lie. Do we lie, Nick?
Tell me when I'm telling lies. No.
We don't lie. No.
That backstage segment with Jade, she looks great with the newer hair. Jade, her and Bianca and Naomi finally being shown together.
Yes,
that's great momentum and everything, and then they go right into, of course, the trilogy match. I thought this was the number one contendership last week for the U.S. title. But we're going to see Andrade and Carmelo Hayes again. Hopefully it's not 30 minutes long and eats into Roman time. I mean,
right. I was just about to say that. Like, as long as they ran it last week, I didn't think they were going. What is that? Now, okay, why did we need to get it for 40 days and 40 nights last week if we're just going to do it again this week?
Exactly.
Unique choices.
Exactly. When is Charlotte coming back? I hope soon
Me too,
because
man.
I would love to see Nia Jax, hold the title for a decent amount of time. Don't make her like everyone likes to label transitional champions if it's not, you know, up to everyone's par and crazy standards. I mean, I say crazy standards. We see Cody, and everyone wanted that. So uh, I would love to see Charlotte come back. Charlotte, Nia, they go. Charlotte gets the title. She gets up to 14, I believe, since they don't count NXT. Because I
Hmm.
think Charlotte's going to be the one to break Rick's record of 16. Cena maybe will do it, given that he has a year left or whatever. But Charlotte having the title and then Tiffany cashing in on Charlotte, I think would be insane.
I would like to see that too. I will say I agree. I hope that they give Nia some successful defenses. I feel like it would be like nice to see her beat Charlotte maybe once. Like let
Yeah,
her,
yeah,
let her have her moment. We know
yeah.
she's not going to hold it forever, but give her like because that's something that I said too about like Cody and Sammy and other people who have been champions that shouldn't have been. I feel like it diminishes the prestige of the title when you just hot potato it. And I've said this in
Makes
AEW
that
too when you just put it on anybody and they don't even hold it that long, it's like, well, is it even a prize worth having if it's just anyone can do it and then they can hold it for 2 seconds? So I think
exactly.
because the women's division needs some work. So, keep it up here to keep it elevated. I think her reign should mean something.
And what does it say that to the way that they're going to do that is by putting it someone who is in the bloodline. I mean, it just makes sense. So and
That's
it
man, that's true.
just makes
100%.
sense.
That's true.
There's Brooke again. Blazes say what's up to Mitch. No lies being told.
Never, never.
Not at all. These numbers do not lie when it comes to Cody and ratings. Period. Because they was weak.
That
That
was
is
weak.
fact. The college titles were shown at FanFest, so that's where I've seen a little bit some clips at FanFest, but I haven't been watching it. I believe they're about to show that now. They're showing a preview of New York and FanFest. They're actually doing a Jake Paul press conference tomorrow from Fanatics FanFest. So I believe
Hmm.
I am going to be doing a a watch along for that. They're also showing Jeter and David Ortiz with their Yankees and Red Sox titles. There's Eli Manning and Strahan with the Giants ones.
Hmm.
Gronk was there with CM Punk. He was given a Patriots one.
Oh, is this where what's that man's name? This shows you what I know about football. Who's the man everyone calls the GOAT?
Tom Brady.
That's the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tom Brady.
I saw that Drew like quote tweeted him. It was like, "What a mark!" Is that where he was?
Yeah, Tom Brady came out to Hulk Hogan's theme.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm just gonna let that one go. I'm too many. Anyway, look what we got going on right now. What we got going on right now?
So they're showing, at least for me, they're showing Rey Mysterio will be there with a special guest tag team partner tomorrow at 3. Um, I don't know what like platform it's on or anything like that, but
Mm-hmm.
um, we're getting back into, of course, the Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. So Carmelo must have skipped his haircut, gone right to being in the backstage segment with Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. So hopefully, again, this match does not take up 30 minutes like it did last week.
Right. That would, Brooke. That's actually a good pairing because they're both agile, mobile, aerial style. I would like to see that as well. Sunday is for those that might not know. Sunday is Samoan, so we love her. She is great. She helps us with our pronunciations, and we're a very pro bloodline place. So I would have to agree with you. Samoans do it better. I can't argue with you.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Did
No
I say it was
lies.
Saturday? I meant Sunday. I don't. I got yeah. The press conference is Sunday. The Rey Mysterio thing is tomorrow. So I think I said Saturday for both. But yeah, thank you, Mitch. I did mean the Sunday was the presser. Nia is just
You're
going to be a stepping stone for Tiffy.
I hope not.
I don't
Because
think.
again, what's the point of, to me, again, that diminishes what's the point of Money in the Bank if your title is, you know what I mean? Like, because look at Damian Priest, especially the last person who had it, Damian Priest, or not, well, before Drew. Before that mess of this year.
McIntyre. 5 minutes and 45 seconds. He did
We're not
have
gonna
it.
acknowledge that.
He did have it, and then
And then they did what they did. So we'll say before that, prior to, we know that Damien held it for a very long time. Many would say too much. So and the fact that there was so much criticism of how they handled it with the men, I think if they don't make Nia's title reign mean something, how are we going to take Tiffy seriously? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't she be winning something that was worth winning?
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah. Especially because like same thing with King and Queen of the Ring. You have to have Gunther and Nia both win their title matches at SummerSlam because they won King and Queen of the Ring. If they lose, what does that say about that tournament and that automatic title shot that you're given if you win said tournament? And now you have Tiffany Stratton, who's close with Nia Jax, and that dynamic is going to be fun to see it grow and see the teases start to form and whatever. Even though they repeat with everyone that they do whenever they bring a new star up and they connect with a veteran, and then it's going to eventually go down the same way as everyone before that. So it's like but it is what it is. They can make it fun, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
She's not cashing in for a long time. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I
Oh
think
no,
so.
the bloodline needs Sammy.
Oh, Jordan.
I think that's strike one, and if you get to five, that's a timeout. Any Sammy mentions, it equals a strike, and five, you're in timeout.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules.
Liv is the best thing right now, and yeah,
In the women's
yeah,
division, I would agree. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
I saw one of those graphics. They're like, is it who is the top of each division? They said like, is it who is it? And of course, I'm gonna say Roman because I don't lie. And then I would say Liv because I mean she is the women's champion. But of course, now that we've got Nia as the women's champion, she hasn't held it long enough. But hopefully, they'll get her to that level. But Liv is killing it. I think she's greatly improved as well. I don't think she
Oh,
gets enough credit. She's come a long way. I have always been a fan, but now she has uh, become more of a formidable foe. Because I think for a
oh
while
yeah,
people were like, "Oh, she's not really that tough. She's not that good in the ring," which I did not agree with. But now they definitely can't say that.
yeah, 1000%. They do not need no Sami Zayn in the bloodline.
They do that. Thank you, son.
Jordan, I was just joking. I was just joking. I was just joking. Rhea or Liv? Oh man. Um.
I'm gonna say
Oh
Liv because
man.
I'm sorry, Rhea's accent throws me sometimes. Um, sometimes I feel I don't mean any harm, but sometimes her accent throws me a little bit, and I can't quite. I'm sorry. It's just I know she can't help her accent, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just not quite. It's not quite.
I would have to say Liv for the same reason. The accent, I do love it whenever the Rhea Bloody Ripley or whatever. But I mean, yeah, it's got to be. It's got to. I mean, Liv. Yeah, it's got to be Liv. Got to be Liv.
Yeah. I
Rhea
think
for
Liv too. Liv does a better job of getting under Rhea's skin.
oh
Like
yeah.
people don't give her enough credit. She plays like the mind game. She's doing a great job. She's better as a heel than she is as a face.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean it yeah, Liv is I was at Extreme Rules when Liv lost to Ronda and I was I was like, why? I mean,
Your hand.
why even put the title on her just to have her lose to Ronda Rousey? I mean,
They did her
it
dirty.
just it, ugh,
They built her so much just to feed her to Ronda, and I'm like, well, what was all that for?
yeah, you pretty much have no choice but to do this Liv Morgan revenge tour after she gets hurt and whatever. And I mean, it is, yeah, it's just bad, bad.
Wes, I'm gonna have to go take a look at those.
Yeah, I was looking at. Oh, yeah, that West Virginia one is sick.
Okay, now I really gotta go look.
Let me see here. While we're on our
Oh,
commercial,
I see what you mean.
there we
Ooh.
go.
Oh, that Carolina one is fire. Ooh. I see what you mean. Thank you for sharing, Wes. Ooh. Okay, so y'all gotta keep watching and everything so that we can have these to show on stream. Have the case of belts in the background, like the big guys.
Yeah, I would. If I ever get title belt money, everyone better watch out because,
whew, man, won't be able to tell me nothing.
I have to get off here, feed my kids. My daughter is walking around with a bag of croutons like she hasn't eaten in a week. But I'll be on Twitter later though. All right. Well, thank you for watching up until this point. 20-ish, 5 minutes in through this opening match of once again same thing as last week. It's great. They're shining light to that mid card division, but it's like, why are we shining all of the light on the mid card division right now? I
It's
mean,
true.
especially, with, again, Roman having 10 minutes of TV time in the last 4 months and not saying a word yet.
Egregious. But less is more though. Like, have we not seen that? Because someone said this is something that okay, for those that missed the bloodline effect, first of all, what were you even doing? I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Catch it next week,
Anyway.
7:00. But for those that did not catch it, we were reacting to a guy's video, and one of the things that was like a conversation that was going on in the comments of that video, people were saying that even Jacob Fatu is outshining Cody. And I say once again, he does not speak. The only thing he said is, "I love you, my tribal chief." That's like it. He's barely spoken. Roman hasn't spoken at all, and he's barely spoken. Like, it just, I mean, the hits just keep on coming, man. You're getting outshined by people who don't speak, who have less screen time. What can you say at this point?
So Andrade just hit some crazy, sick, insane move. I missed part of it, but I heard Corey Graves start, energy, getting up a little bit, and Hayes did kick out at 2 there. So the match is still going on. Seems like it's leaning towards Andrade, but I mean, I would like to see Andrade win here. Just because Carmelo Hayes hasn't done anything week to week besides getting his hair cut and then coming out and being somewhat involved with Logan and LA Knight, but again, he refused to do, so it's like LA Knight had to cook him, and now he ended up getting his hair cut to put out that fire for weeks on weeks. So, I mean, yeah.
This comment, the Brooke with the LUH is sending me, "I love you, Solo. I love you." The H, the spelling is so accurate because that's literally all I can remember him saying. Yeah, if he says something else, please let me know because I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, besides like him, maybe growling or something like the Gremlin,
right?
And even Tonga Loa, who everyone is saying that he's botching everything so much lately, is still being talked about more than Cody.
It's true. It's true.
I mean,
and he's still on a winning team. Like, I mean, he's had the moments, but he's still on a winning team because it seems like because Jacob is in storyline injured. It seems like they're still gonna, what do they call? What is that rule where someone, even if it's tag team, okay, when you have a tag team, you can still hold the titles and another member of that team can compete. What is that called? There's a name for that. The something rule. I heard it earlier, but I can't remember. But you know what I'm talking about. There's a rule that they use.
Subbing in and out like a member of the group, which I thought they would let the Judgment Day do that back way back whenever they had the titles and then didn't have them. Because Dom was, or Finn was hurt or something, and they wouldn't let Dom step in, and so
Freebird. I'm sorry.
They let the Bloodline do it. So it's like,
Yes. That's exactly. Well, they know what it is, and they know who the needle movers. Like, let's be real, all of the Bloodline are needle movers, But the biggest of them is, of course, our tribal chief. But again, they know what it is. Like they just won them, and who are they gonna? They're going to go from them to what? Who else are they going to give them to if they take them away? So, Freebird. Thank you, Mitch. That's exactly what I was trying to say. What's going on here?
And I'm probably still a little bit behind. So Carmelo Hayes just won.
Oh, okay. So I see Solo on my screen. Is that what you see?
Oh, not yet.
Okay, you will. He's gonna be presented with the Ula Fala from Tamatanga.
Live from Temu. They must have had that 2-day shipping to get it down to Orlando.
Terrible.
So yeah, I'm still seeing Andrade and Carmelo scrapping after the fight. After that match, Andrade refused to give the flowers to Carmelo. So I mean, again, they're just eating up time. I mean, 12 minutes is better than what felt like 40 last week. So
right on a 2-hour show, mind you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Solo's talking. Oh. I zoned out for a second, but you'll see in a minute. Solo says something about something. If he can take this back from me, obviously talking about Roman, but I missed the first part of what he said.
Okay. All right, I see.
Naomi's coming. Solo now. Okay, after this, Naomi's coming out. So we do have another member of the bloodline, not the OCC, but I'm always happy to see Naomi. See if you can catch what he said. Oh, that's right. That's her hometown. Naomi's from Orlando. Yes.
He said, I think that's, that's not Patchy, so it's Gremlin. He said, when Roman gets in that ring, I'm going to rip him apart limb by limb. Solo said, I appreciate that, but I'm the tribal chief.
Yes.
And then he said, if he can take these back from me. And now I heard immediately OTC chants, and now I'm hearing we want Roman chants. So.
And they are correct. We do want Roman. I want them to give Naomi a better competitor too, because I'm tired of seeing her with Blair. Like, I'm always happy to see Naomi. I love her, but I don't. I want them to. They need to give her. Next.
And it's like this is the third or about probably either third week in a row that they've been entangled in this feud, or it's it's a month straight of they had their match. Naomi did get the win. Blair then attacked her backstage. Naomi was out for a week and then came back, was seen backstage with Jade and Bianca. And then last week we saw Naomi and Blair get involved again in the tag match with Jade or the one-on-one match. So again, it's like they just cycle through different parts of 6-man or 6-woman tag teams and do the one-on-ones, which is, I mean, it's still changing it and better than seeing the Final Testicle and Karrion Kross out there talking every week and Xavier Woods and Kofi, I mean, in constant repeat feuds. Like I'm tired of that. I really
yes. Am. You named all the ones, the repeat offenders, and I know it's not them themselves booking that, but yes, like everybody you just said, what you just said, we gotta switch it up.
I mean, why do they have 2 managers and not one of the managers talks? Karrion Kross comes out and talks every single week. I don't know what he says. I don't pay attention to what he says.
I don't either.
But
I mean, I never even thought about that till you said you pointed that out, that 2 managers or neither of them talk. I never even thought about it like that before. That's so true. And also too, with like the man, what's his name? Paul
Rings.
He used to be with right. It's not Paul Heyman. He used to be with the Road Warriors. Paul, whatever his name is, he's a Hall of Famer. I didn't even realize that. They talk about him, but he himself does not speak. They're like, because remember when they first introduced him, I was like, who is this man? Like, this is the Hall of Famer. You know how they're like, oh, that's Hall of Famer Paul so-and-so, the famed manager of the Road Warriors. I'm like, so wait a minute, this man is a Hall of Famer with all this experience, and y'all can't let him talk.
Yeah, and what's Scarlett there for? For eye candy? I mean,
eye candy. That's it.
Paul Ellering.
Paul, thank you. Paul Ellering, thank you. Chat, thank y'all. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Blair equals born. Yes, Blair is. I feel like, again, I think Naomi deserves someone better. They have not been giving sis good feuds. Like, I'm like, she's a veteran too. I think a lot of people forget that. She's been around for a while. She should be in the title picture. I know that, because see, that's another thing. They teased like her and Bayley, and then they never pulled the trigger, and now Bayley's not even the champion anymore. I'm like, well.
And they did like you said, they teased it, they led into it. You know, that I think that was Bayley's first title match, and then it was, but even then it was probably a DQ because of Nia Jax, and then it was Bayley and Nia Jax from right after Mania to the Saudi Arabia show to whatever, and then they did the multi matches and everything like that. Like, again, I can't even, and it sucks because Bayley is great, she deserves better, but I can't name one great match, one great singles match of her title run.
No, they did her dirty. She is excellent, but they weren't letting her shine. No. We were not seeing the best of her. We've definitely seen. I've said that like this iteration of Bayley was not giving. I think they did the right move by taking the title off of her because it was. I feel like it was too far gone. I'm like, okay, this ship has sailed. Just. It's like they missed the boat to recover it, because sometimes you can revive a reign, but it was past the point of no return. So,
and the same thing with Io Sky. I can't name one of her matches besides WrestleMania when she lost the title. I'm sure she had a couple triple threats here and there. Probably faced.
Very sad.
I can't even.
And yeah, I absolutely agree. And she also is excellent. She is great in the ring. You know, I know she might not be the best on the mic, but she is excellent in the ring. And I agree. She did not. They did her kind of dirty too. But something that Jordan just said, Jay does need to turn on Bianca, but you know why they're dragging their feet on that. That's a WrestleMania match. So I know why. I agree, because I want to see heel Bianca. I know everyone thinks that Jay's going to be the one to turn heel. I feel very similarly. Okay, let me say it's a different way. I have similar thoughts about Cody and Bianca. Now, Bianca is definitely better than Cody, but in the sense that I feel like both of them have gone as far as they can go as faces to entertain Martina. Like, Cody needs to turn heel, but you already know how I feel about him. But Bianca, I love her. She's so talented. She's incredible. She's amazing. But I feel like we need to see. I want to see heel Bianca. What do you think?
I've been saying that for so long. It just, I mean, instantly, like, she won the Rumble. That was great. She came out and right up from NXT was great. Was doing the hair thing and that was fun. And everyone's like, she's just the female John Cena, so they're not going to turn her heel. Well, Cena still blurred the lines a little bit. You still have people chanting he sucks. You don't got anyone chanting that Bianca sucks. I mean, she's deadlifting Otis and having carrying feuds that along with Bayley and Sasha and Asuka and Kairi Sane in the pandemic era. She was helping carry the pandemic era.
She definitely was.
So no one is sitting there saying Bianca sucks, and the other half is saying, let's go Bianca. I mean, it's just not happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I think that, I know a lot of people here might not watch AEW, but I would love to see them, this kind of the way that they turned Mariah May heel. Literally. Did you see that?
Yes.
Like, when I say she turned heel, for those that did not see it, I personally feel like that was the best heel turn I have seen in this modern era. That she went from being Toni Storm's best friend, her protege. They even teased like a lesbian relationship. Like, they were just and then homegirl She turned on Tony Storm like a pit bull, hit her in the head with a shoe. I know we're talking about SmackDown. I'm sorry, I digress. But the point I'm making is that it was a very vicious, dastardly, deceivious turn, and I would love to see Bianca do something like that. I would love to see her snap like from like America's hero to just like boom, like oh my god, what happened?
And as Tony always says, watch for the shoe. She ain't watched for the shoe. So, I mean,
that's true.
Naomi should have stayed in TNA because her WWE run is not working. You guys talked about that on Tuesday on Queens of the Ring. So Jordan, go back and watch what everyone had to say. It was a great conversation with that being involved and whatnot. Talking about the first ever Grand Slam. Yes, Bayley is. I mean, Bayley quickly became a favorite of mine whenever I first started watching Bayley in the Bank. She cashed in everything. I mean, everything. Bianca turning on Jade. Yeah. I mean, it would definitely be a swerve of everyone expecting it to be Jade on Bianca because she's still being outshined or whatever. But you can make a case for Jade can get that push more, and then Bianca can be like, wait a minute, no, this is what does she say at NXT? You don't even go here.
You don't even go here.
Whatever she said to Charlotte.
Yep.
Mariah May is going to win it all. Absolutely. It's going to be fun to watch. And All In next year is coming to Dallas, which will be great content for Tati to get for her, for the network and everything on that. So, and there's Roxanne Perez is being shown. Was reported that both her and Ethan Page were going to be there. I believe Trick Williams could potentially be there as well.
Oh, and All In?
No. Here in Chicago, in SmackDown tonight.
Oh, well, wait. I didn't see that on my screen. I was like, they're going, what? Missed it? Okay.
And now I'm seeing the promo for NXT being in Chicago the first whenever they go to the CW, and then the next week in St. Louis with both CM Punk and Randy Orton being there on each week.
That is exciting that they're back on the road again.
Yeah. Hopefully that stays and can be they can keep doing that. I mean, definitely starting to try it with the PLEs and everything.
Yes, I agree, and I have said this before. NXT's PLEs are not to be played with. They're excellent.
Yes,
I've seen some of theirs that were better than the main roster. So if you don't watch NXT, don't sleep on them, because I did for far too long, and then when I tuned in, I'm like, okay, I see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back to doing the watch-alongs for NXT with London on Tuesdays. Probably whenever they do switch over to the CW and start fresh and kind of get back into that, Tuesdays being part of the schedule and everything. But I mean, watching Blair Davenport here and then the last couple weeks, I think she can. It's probably a good pairing, her being in her first major feud with Naomi, someone who is a veteran and everything. I mean, I don't think I could slowly become a fan of Blair Davenport here.
Yeah, I know I kind of felt bad for her, but like I think it was maybe a week or two ago, she came out and I felt bad. I feel bad for anyone that gets like no reaction.
Yeah.
Anyone because I mean, I come from a theater background, and I know the crowd giving you nothing. That's just, I felt sorry for her. I'm like, I might not be the biggest fan of her gimmick, but she is young, and I like to see young talent do well. I'm like, oh girl, y'all cheer her, boo her, do something. But it was just like nothing. So I'm glad that she is getting, like you said, it does kind of sadden me that they replaced Natasha with Naomi. Not Natasha, Natalia. Sorry, I meant to say Natalia. And I don't like that for Naomi's legacy and everything, but it is good for the new girls. It sucks for her because I think she deserves better. I think Natalia deserves better, but the new girls should be very lucky that they are getting that, So.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. What WCW pay-per-view should return to WWE in the near future? Well, is it? I mean, what? No, I'm going to tread lightly because I don't know WCW. That was before my time.
Then
Um,
he goes again.
but I know
Mm.
No Mercy, Bad Blood, um, New Year's New Year's Bash or something.
Yeah,
New
they
Year's
just had.
Revolution,
Yep.
day one. I mean, they're kind of mixing it in and everything like that. And NXT getting a PLE here, well, not here in Carlisle, but here in Central PA down in Hershey. I will be there. I will be seated. I will be there. Boots on the
Oh, wait a
ground.
minute. What's going to be there?
In October on the 20 on Sunday the 27th is NXT. Not I think it's Halloween Havoc, but not as a show.
Ooh.
It's going to be their PLE for
Oh,
October,
yeah. That was
and then
my favorite. Talking about
on
WCW. Oh, sorry.
and then on the 28th, it's going to be Raw in the Giant Center. So I'll be there for both.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. That's really cool. You were who was that? Jordan that said the WCW pay per views. Halloween Havoc was my favorite growing up because I love Sting, and that was like Sting's time to shine. That was pretty much like his thing, kind of
Yeah,
like how SmackDown was basically came about because The Rock, like he was Mr. SmackDown,
yeah.
Sting was Mr. Halloween Havoc, like it was just his up and down, and I loved it.
Roxanne Perez will be on the main roster this year after she loses. I could see that, or her holding it onto until the draft or whenever they switch up the rosters because of Netflix. If they want her, if she's going to go to USA, who knows how the rosters are going to shake up with the switch from Fox to USA from USA to Netflix. Who knows? I this is a high Coolio situation. Or whatever takes that off her with her incoming debut. Yeah, I could see that as well.
I agree. Brooke says they've never treated Naomi right. She's been there 10 plus years and has only been able to become a 2-time SmackDown champion and barely a women's tag team champion. Yes, I agree. Some people, she is not the only one. She is in an unfortunate group of people who are just excellent, but just not just, they just didn't do them right. And I hate it. I hate it for her. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
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 I agree, Jordan. Good question.
Started, let's see, like 2 months after Mania. So I would hope soon. Just do something, spice it up. They did the NXT Women's North American Championship. So I mean, it's only a matter of time until they bring women's mid card titles to the main roster.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely. I was surprised when NXT got one before the main roster. They definitely could have synced that timing up better.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, the ladder match was great. But it's like they unified the tag titles and took the women's tag titles out of NXT, and then waited X amount of time, and then gave them a mid card title. Like,
yeah,
the timing is weird.
Very odd. Very odd. Hello, George. I'm sorry, you might not be British, but I hear George and I think British. Peppa Pig, sorry. This is my brother George.
From Bellflower, California. How do you like Nia Jax, champion and queen of the ring?
I like it.
Coming along, growing on me for sure. Mitch says, "What's up, G?" Yep, G. If you are new, go subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network, my channel, Martina's channel, Martina's Twitter, my Twitter, the network's Twitch, and the Facebook pages, which we are streaming to all these destinations right now with StreamYard, who I guess now have acknowledged us, and we're here on the Island of Relevancy, and that's why the green screen is not having any more issues and not being
Right.
controlled by the Cody Crybabies anymore.
Right. I'm telling you, man, that I was just disgusted. StreamYard did not want me to do the bloodlight effect. Like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. I'm like, they're gonna get this facts, all right? You're gonna get this bloodline effect with you. Like it or not. Look, Brooke,
Oh,
that's
but
a good
Phoebe,
question. What is KO doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip over that, but I just hear KO hooting and hollering back there. What's going
I saw
on?
that one too. Boba Phoebe should be on the main roster once he drops the North American title. Yeah, I think he'll be either Rumble or the draft. I would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Blair was getting booed heavily. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, because they had Naomi losing her hometown. Jeez. What is KO doing? What was he doing, y'all? Because I missed that. He was screaming at A-Town Down Under. What was he saying? If you know what he was saying, please summarize in the chat because I totally missed that. Oh, now they're doing the tribute to Alpha.
I mean, they were pretty much saying uh, Waller was complaining about how Kevin gets a title shot, blah blah blah, and Kevin came out and said, "Well, I said the same thing last week to Aldis, but it was either give it to Roman when he doesn't deserve it, or give it to me. And since you think I'm so much of an easy win, why don't you go prove it?" And then it's going to lead into them and their match tonight. So
Interesting. Once again, what did we just say? Not 30 minutes ago. Once again, name dropping Roman. Like they literally cannot keep his name out of their mouth. They can't. They cannot. Even now in the tag team division, they still need it. He's the needle mover in all divisions, even when he's not even in that division.
oh yeah, I mean it's just we could sit here for another 5.5 hours, 6 hours. I mean, it just on repeat.
It's still
on
right.
repeat.
It still have more to say. It still be like
It's the same thing every single week.
It is.
And bunch of hollering. Yeah.
Hooting, right. Hooting and hollering.
Kevin Owens' flabber was gasted after Waller said what he said about him being an easy win.
The irony is that's basically what Cody said. He said it without saying, "Tell me you're an easy win," without telling me you're an easy win. Oh, this is a nice tribute to Alpha. I knew when I saw the news, I knew the AV, the PR team was back there like clickety clack, put something together. Yep. I'm like, all right, make it good. They normally do a good job with tributes. Sorry if I'm sniffling. My allergies are getting to me.
Heavy on the gasted flower. I think we get Solo and Roman at Bash and Berlin or Bad Blood. I see it going to Bash and Berlin, and then you could even stretch it to Bad Blood, and then you could get creative with Roman and Solo. Do a hell in a cell. Do something. Give us some stipulations. I mean,
and not bloodline rules. Something else.
Yeah, nothing for Blondie. He can open the show with I'm gonna get really mean and not respect you type of match, and I'm gonna pick up the steps and throw it at you twice, and the second time it's gonna be harder. But I'm gonna and I really respect you. At the end of the day, I respect you.
Right. The fact that you said open the show, I saw there's one guy, I cannot remember his name right now, but one of my moods, we were basically listing like the matches we'd like to see. And he had like Cody versus like Karrion Kross on the pre-show or something. I was like, that's nasty work. They put Cody on the pre-show. Oh my god, I'm sorry. The jokes, it's just a never-ending supply of jokes in Cody Rhodes' battle reign. I just can't help myself. It's just highly amusing. Highly amusing. Brooke said heavy on the gasted flowers. This is who I got that saying from, y'all. This is the woman, the myth, the legend, Brooke. And I just can't stop saying it because it's just so funny to me.
It is. Especially like the couple times that you said it on last week's post when we are oh my gosh, I still can't get over that 3.5 hours on stream, and then running into the flabbers being gasted and whatnot for for all the facts that we were spitting, and no lies were told in the making of that 3.5 hour stream. So
Okay. We do not lie. If you don't know what he's talking about, Nick and I and some of Mitch, a little bit of Mitch, we did SmackDown last week, and we got in the zone. We got in the zone. We were just talking, and we just, and that was completely unscripted, by the way. That was not planned. That was not
yeah,
scripted. We were just freestyling, just
yeah,
spitting 1,003,000 reasons why we talked about a little bit of everything, but a lot of it was about our displeasure with Cody's reign and the reasons, not just emotional reasons, but like legitimate, actual, factual reasons.
Oh yeah.
And look, Brooke said, "See, it's so good." She went back to go watch it because I realized it was a lot for us to do in like 4 hours, so it might be a lot for you to watch. Don't worry, it's okay. Break it up. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Pause. You can come back to it.
Yeah, I was thinking, like you said, Mitch was part of it. He went. I think it was. I think we were at like an hour and 15 when Mitch did leave, and I was like, oh yeah, we can go 45 minutes, make it an even, or maybe it was 40. Yeah, it was like an hour 15. I was like, oh yeah, we can go 45 more and just make it even 2 hours. Like I said, I wasn't working that Saturday, so I said we could talk for hours because I know how London and his streams go into all hours of the night, and we sure enough we did just that. So
For sure.
Great episode.
It was. And if it also is helpful too for you to watch it if you're newer to wrestling. Like, I know we have people from all walks of life. If you're someone who's newer, maybe you haven't watched recently, maybe you want to get up to speed, don't worry, we got you. We will get you fully up to speed.
Yeah, we'll tell you everything you need to know. Cody wants to be quarterback, but he is playing like the third string on my high school freshman team that we lost every game that we played in, went 0-6.
Hey, the JV team.
Not even the JV team, the freshman team.
Oh,
the freshman team.
I didn't know you could go lower. I'm learning something every day.
Yeah.
go lower the JV. Oh, bless his poor little American nightmare heart. That's another kicker to me that a lot of people, talk about, like, the whole America gimmick, because it's not new. Like, everyone knows about Hulk Hogan. It's been done many times, but it just kind of tickles me that even in the modern day, I personally feel like MJF does America better than Cody. And he hasn't even been doing it that long. He just started this, 3 or 4 months ago? Something like that.
Yeah, he just won the title, a month and a half-ish ago, and then changed it from
international.
The international, where it was the All Atlantic or Mid Atlantic.
There you go.
And then it was the international, and that now it's the how many titles they have moving around on show to show, and then they rename them. Like, what are we doing?
They do have a lot of titles. They have we were just saying that the women's division in WWE doesn't have enough. That was exactly what I was thinking about. Like, AEW does not have this problem. They have ROH titles. They've got mid-card titles. They've got no-card titles like FTW. A title is not a problem. Like, that's why it's even so more crazy. Like, if you don't have a title over there, like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
It's it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Get you a title.
Wardlow gets his title stolen, and they ain't worried about it. They got 6 more waiting in the back because they're going to go through 8 champions in 2 weeks.
Dang. Tragic. Oh, every time I hear Wardlow's name, my heart just sinks. If you're a WWE fan and you don't know who we're talking about, Wardlow is a highly disrespected wrestler from AEW who is fantastic. And I actually would like him to come to WWE. But then again, I'm worried because
him and Braun Breaker, him and Jacob Fatu. I mean, sign me up. Him and Drew McIntyre.
Take my money. Oh,
him and Drew McIntyre, Gunther, CM Punk. Yes. I mean, Randy Orton.
Take my money, please. I will pay. Oh, everybody you just named. Oh, him and Drew. Oh my God, everybody you named. That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. He has fought Cody. I think he knocked his lights out too. Didn't he jump off the cage onto him? Yes, Dennis. Wardlow's justice for Wardlow. Justice for Wardlow. I say it every single stream, no matter what I'm talking about. I am going to put I'm a slide. Things you can expect. I'm going to acknowledge my tribal chief. I'm going to slander Cody. I see, honey. Oh, Ethan Page is there. I see what you're saying. They just put him on screen. Yep. And I am going to say justice for Wardlow. I'm not going to get let up. Tony, you'll pay for your crimes. He needs justice. All right, but right now, back to the task at hand. We've got Waller and Owens, and I feel like Waller is about to catch some blows to the face, and he does immediately, right away. Feet to the face.
I find it funny that Corey Graves said they showed the graphic for Bash in Berlin, and Corey Graves said 2 guys fighting over the richest prize in our industry. That wasn't the Wula Fala. Just saying.
Really though, and even how do you frame it like that? Like it used to be like, and we have the way that like Samantha used to say Roman, like the whole, our undisputed heavyweight, like, her and Paul Heyman, they do an intro like none other. Like it was just presented as like the best, the highest, most prestigious title anyone could ever hold to 2 guys competing for a title. Is that what it is? Just 2 guys? Just kicking
2 guys fighting for the most prestigious title in our industry. I mean, they're showing Ethan Page and an NXT title that the main roster doesn't acknowledge, and he's getting a bigger pop than from the, like you said, behind the back of the crowd and arena, away from TV and the hard cam, more than what Cody would get. So, I mean, tell me when I'm telling lies. Yeah, let me talk to you.
Yeah. No lies being told. But people are waking up, though. It's just, this is something we're, once again, if you missed the bloodline effect, what are you even doing? But this is what we were talking about, that it is just hard to ignore. Like, people tried to silence us. When I say us, I mean the people who were being honest over the last few months. They tried to silence us, but now the silence is too loud. You can no longer ignore. It's just becoming glaring when you even have the guy that you're like, you want a title shot? No, I don't deserve it. Like, that's such a crazy statement to make. I don't think I've ever seen that before in wrestling.
Yeah, it's so crazy how you give them exactly what they want, and all because they did exactly what Triple H said X amount of years ago. I'm gonna tweet about it with my displeasure. Like,
and they did.
Cody, keyboard crybaby warriors. The Rock couldn't have said it better himself with their candy asses.
Oh my gosh, that promo where he was like, Cody needs to finish his story. Like when he was mocking them, it was just so, oh no, what about Cody? He needs to finish his story. It just tickles me that I'm like you said, you give them what they want and they're still mad. What's his name? Daniel Bryan. He was right. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, same man. He was right. Fickle. You give people exactly what they wanted and they're still mad.
Yes.
It is kind of sad though. We talked about this on Queens of the Ring, but it is kind of sad. I'm sad to see his career ending the way that it is. I don't want to see anyone having to leave. It's leaving of your own accord versus leaving because of a nagging injury is different.
I'll go to this one first. Follow in the AEW championship right now.
Stop playing.
I mean, Swerve is killing it. So I haven't been paying attention to AEW besides what I see on Twitter. But Swerve is killing it, and I'm excited for All In. AEW's pay-per-views, for as long as they are, they don't miss. So I'm pumped to see that.
That's true.
This isn't a squash match situation. I mean, Kevin Owens needs a win, but him squashing Grayson Waller, who's in the tag team division, doesn't give him any momentum or steam going into his match with Cody Rhodes.
Bingo.
And Waller getting a win and maybe celebrating, saying he did it by himself, but say he does get help from Austin Theory, that could finally be the final nail in the coffin of this tag team that should have been split up a long time ago.
I know. They've been really dragging their feet on this one.
The Cody Crybabies say, "Oh, Roman's title dragged on too long." Well, A-Town Down Under dragged on for too long.
It has, because they teased it too hard. They teased it, and y'all have been a lot. Just like we said about Chad Gable et al. They teased it so hard for so long. It's like, are you gonna pull the trigger or no? What are y'all waiting for?
Yeah.
But
Kevin
and
Owens
I just
have
have
that big swanton.
He did. I just have to say, what is Grayson Waller wearing? It looks like they just took regular boxers and threw a waistband and his name on it. What are we doing?
So I think what he's going for there with that is like boxing shorts type of look, because usually boxing shorts do have their name around them, either on the back or sponsors through them or whatever. So I would guess it's that. I don't know why they basically do look like boxers, like boxer shorts, and not like athletic shorts, like basketball.
Look at the screen, Nick. Look at the screen. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Speaking of the say his name and he appears, but not Joe Hendry.
Oh no,
the wrong blonde man. I would have rather seen Joe Hendry. Should have been Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's more over. Anyway, I think
he's over in two companies.
Right. Joe Hendry is really killing it. Like, it needs to be studied. I respect Joe Hendry. He's done what a lot of people cannot do. I respect him. I'm a big fan. Why is Cody out here right now? And why hasn't Owens why has he not cleaned his clock? He's got his back to him. I think why since when in wrestling is the person at the very top everybody's friend?
When the person at the top became Senator Rhodes and worrying about kissing babies and giving out tables and friendship bracelets and respecting my opponents and giving them a shot.
At 100%. And even the way you'll see here in a minute, the way that Kevin Owens even handed Cody his title was so disrespectful. Did you see the way he handed it to him? Was like, just take it.
Back to the SpongeBob thing. Good. Now let him have it. You can have it.
He didn't even what happened to where the cinema, they used to stare. Remember the way that Roman was staring at the Ulafala, the way you're supposed to hold it and stare it. The way, remember The Rock was like, "Hey, can I hold it? I just want to try it on. Can I put it on my shoulder for a second?" I have never seen a champ here. Sure, it's fine. Like you just said, here, take it.
And since then, the title has looked too big for Cody, because even when he came running out, he was holding it, and I'm pretty sure he was struggling to run with the title.
Got the true. They really have done this man dirty. They could. You're not going to tell me that this multi-billion-dollar company couldn't have resized that belt for him. They didn't have to say that's what they're doing. They could have just done it and showed up with it. And I feel like I would, we might be like, oh man, that belt looks smaller, but at least he wouldn't look like he's carrying an anvil like the Looney Tunes when they're carrying the anvil and they're dragging it. Give that man a smaller belt. It's okay. It's fine. If you're going to put the belt on and make it fit, it's fine. Something
to Solo again.
Mm-hmm. I missed what he said. What did he say?
He told the Gremlin that he loves him too. And said, tonight Roman needs to acknowledge me.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
we went into OTC chants as it went into commercials for Raw and
Bash. I saw Bash at Berlin.
Yeah,
even Orton versus Gunther feels like a bigger match.
Oh, for sure. And we know how messy the the wait for Gunther winning King of the Ring and then being the number one contender, but then walking into a face to face with Priest, but McIntyre being out there as well, and then Seth Rollins got involved, and that whole thing was a mess, just as bad as what SmackDown is. But again, there was still an intensity to that face to face with all three of them versus you got Cody over here. Hey, here, hold my title for me. Like,
You and by the way, do you want like a title shot? That's what I was thinking. Is that cool with you?
you've been fighting the bloodline for just as long as me, and you've lost them every time. But since I'm 2-0 in bloodline rules matches. I've beaten the bloodline. Me,
Me
I Cody Rhodes
by myself.
am 2-0 in bloodline rules matches. They're my matches now. So because they're mine now, and this is mine, I'm gonna give you a title shot.
Because I'm so generous and gracious. And even that, something you just said, they missed that angle right there. Why didn't they have Kevin? And if he did say this, I'm sorry, I missed it. Why didn't they have him say, like, yeah, you do owe me a title shot because I've helped you keep it several times? They could have said that, but they didn't do that.
Well, not keep it because Cody has barely been in incredible matches that would have been putting it in danger. Kevin
True.
helped him win it
That's true.
from
That's true.
the greatest of all time.
Right.
And then Cody just was like, AJ Styles. What has he done?
Right.
He just lost a triple threat to Logan Paul and LA Knight for the US title. He hasn't gotten wins. He's literally on a losing streak and about to retire. But hey, I respect him. So I'm gonna give him a title shot.
And that's I still stand by what I said that I feel like and maybe it's I get in my mind, to me, they missed the boat that all those people that were celebrating with Cody, like they were turning up and popping bottles at the club after his win, that were celebrating him in the ring. Wouldn't it have made more sense, like one by one he should face them? Hold on just 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
No.
there were so many people there. There was LA Knight, there was Kevin Owens, there was CM Punk, there was Jey Uso. Wouldn't it make more sense that they're like, one by one, they were like, hey, congratulations, champ, especially Jey Uso. Hey, Uso, now to the champ and all, you know what? Proud of you, Uso. Yeah, proud of you, Uso. When am I going to get my title shot? Like, why they don't, it's like they act like that never even happened. Like, how come they don't get title shots?
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have, again, we talked about it last, Roman with his list of literally everyone that he beat. And then we started going over it again. Kevin Owens, how many times at the Royal Rumble? Cody is 2-0 in Bloodline Rules matches. Roman is 17 and 0-1 in the Rumble matches, one-on-one, hitting Kevin Owens with the golf cart. Losing to Seth Rollins which again, full story, full term. I mean, just everything. Oh, my flabber is gasted.
It gets you worked up, doesn't it? Like, it's just like, oh my god, like how it still floors me. And okay, there's two sides of this, right? Like, there on one side, I'm like, surely obviously, as we see, we're not the only ones who see this. Like, other people, the people are waking up. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, well, if Roman is okay with this, I'm trying to be okay with it. I'm trying to trust the process. Because like the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, I also saw a quote from Paul. I don't know what the source was though, but I saw, apparently he said, like, what we've seen over the last 4 years is nothing compared to what's to come. And I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm trying to believe. I'm really trying to trust the process, but it's a little bleak right now. It's kind of hard to see the vision. I'm trying really hard. My glasses just aren't, the prescription is not strong enough. Is your prescription strong enough to see? Like,
yeah, I mean, it is. I said it the other day in the comments, I think on Tuesday, we're in like the bottom of the seventh, and we just had the seventh inning stretch of where Cody does win, and then we had 4 months off from Roman, and then he comes back to then spark this up and give us back that cinema moments after moment after moment after moment.
Yes. Well, here we have LA Knight. I still say that he should have gotten. I mean, I'm glad he's the U.S. champion. Yeah, because I do like
Yeah,
him. But he should have gotten a title shot. I mean, I guess get in where you fit in. I mean, that's fair. I get it. I understand why, but it's still I feel like he kind of got cheated. Like, how did AJ Styles get a title shot before him?
that's what I'm saying. Like how I mean, I guess it's because they prolonged that Logan and LA Knight feud. Um, I mean, even I would have liked to see Kevin stay in, feud with Logan, and Kevin could have been the one to take it off of Logan, and then have LA Knight and Kevin Owens go at it because their
That's true.
styles, I mean, especially on the mic in the ring, their styles clashing would be so much better than again putting Kevin Owens in a situation where he's just the comedic relief guy, and he has to be the
Yes,
one to point out the illogical process and how a title shot is given, and
one
then
hundred
him
percent.
him do his freak out thing like he did way back when, in the reason why he was getting a title shot. And I'm now seeing LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. The nation's capital. They're in Orlando. Dang. I'll tell you what, let's go. Call me what you want. Call me trash. I'll take it. I'll own this. I might be a little bit of trash. And still,
He's saying about the fun dinner to be at. They were talking about what Santos and whatever her Electra Lopez.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? First of all, I just want to give a shout out to LA Knight's barber because his hair looks amazing. He looks great. He looks like a champion. Like, he looks awesome. He's great on the mic. He holds the title correctly. 10 out of 10. His presentation is superb. But I also, something I said a minute ago, hearing him, every time I hear him, I'm reminded they didn't put him against Cody because he would kill him on the mic.
Oh, absolutely. Cody would
He ain't
be
got
in
no
tears.
chance.
They wouldn't be having Dude Wipe sponsorships. They would be having Kleenex sponsorships because they'd be selling would be a box of tissues with Cody's face on it, and you can throw that American Nightmare tattoo from his neck to the tissue box. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's why. Like, every time I see him, like, there's that two sides. Like, dang, he really deserved it. But I'm like, that's why. You hear him speak, you see his presentation, and that is why. Like, because he's too good. He's literally too good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he seems more comfortable too. Like, wait a minute, hold up, hold the phone. Naya's back. A lot just happened there. Yeah, right. A lot just happened.
Like you said with the presentation of LA Knight here, the title doesn't look too big on him. You
Right.
know, like for one, and also I'm just seeing Michin come out of Aldis's office, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping with
Like,
what I said earlier as we started the show, I'm hoping that's what just went down.
yep. LA Knight does America better.
Oh yeah, LA Knight versus MJF, title for title, American Championship and United States Championship. Book it.
Yes. Yo, that would actually be quite good. Can you imagine we would get like epic legendary promos out of that, like good on the mic versus good on the mic, dastardly heel versus an aggressive face. I think LA Knight is the perfect example of like an aggressive face. When I say aggressive, like a face that still presents a threat, you know, not like crying and such, literally crying, not like figuratively crying, literally crying. Oh boy, it's just too easy. It's too easy, man. It's too easy. The low-hanging fruit of Cody's tears.
Check in the Dude Wipe sponsorship for a Kleenex sponsorship. That's all I got to say.
I'm telling you, man. Look, I got some right here. You know, Kleenex run me my coin. They're fantastic. You know, have to have them on deck for when they start talking about Sammy and stuff. And I'm like, oh.
Yeet. My dog.
It's the way he says it. Like I never really thought about it until you pointed it out. It's just so like unseasoned. My dog. Like, oh, okay, Sammy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a little bit bad for him because Braun Breaker, his back okay. Because last time I saw him, his back was hitting the barricade like full speed. I felt a little sorry for him. Is he okay? I mean, I don't want him to die. I'm not a fan, but I don't want him to die. Like, is he okay?
Yeah, pretty soon we're going to be getting Sami Zayn on the injured reserve list, and Roman and the Usos are going to be trying to throw their team and everything. And I see Roman. What about Sami? He's on the injured reserve list. He can't do nothing.
He can't do nothing. And see that's another thing about like the whole like old bloodline versus new bloodline. I feel like they need to give Roman and the Usos some help that presents like a physical threat, because clearly Solo's got, as it stands now, he has Jacob, or does he? Dun, dun, dun. He has Jacob, he has Tama Tonga, he has Tamaloa. They present a more physical threat than anything Sami Zayn is going to bring to the table. So I would really like that fourth member to be like a killer. I wish it could be Braun Breaker. I know it won't be, but just for pure force, power versus force. Man, that dude, oh my God.
If they're going to bring in Sami Zayn, a non-Samoan as Usos, they can bring in Braun Breaker, honorary Paul Heyman guy.
True.
I mean, come on now.
I agree with you. If you're gonna break down the wall that you don't need to be Samoan as a qualification, then bring in the strongest non-Samoan, right?
Yeet.
Brooke says don't start with D. Don't do
My dog.
My dog.
Hello, ain't nobody talking to you.
Oh, Jimmy. I just miss Jimmy so much. He that's my point. Like, he is the comedy relief. I'm like, we don't need Sammy. He's funny enough on his own. And him and Jay together. You didn't call back? Nope. You didn't text back? Nope.
Nope. Send a smoke signal back?
Nope.
Send a letter in a bottle back?
No. Like, when those two get together, I'm like, they are plenty funny. They are very rare in that they can be absolutely hilarious, but then absolutely decimate you in the ring. Not everybody can be funny and intimidating at the same time. That's a hard balance to strike, but they do it.
Yes, and I mean, just all the clips that we see, we send back and forth from Jimmy Uso and his best moments and Jay and whatever. I mean, just everything. And Sammy was a part of that. I mean, Jimmy and
That's
Jay
true.
were doing their thing as the tag champs. They got to be up here. Sami Zayn was trying to do anything. Cody kisses babies. Sammy kisses ass to be protected, to get in, to be let in, because without kissing asses, he's just Jay walking up to Roman Reigns' locker room, going, "Open the door, open the door. We got stuff to do. Open the door." So,
oh my God, yes. And then Jimmy in there like, now I got to deal with Jimmy Uso sitting on my couch drinking my water. Like, spits it out. Or I love the clip of like what I think it was. He was wrestling LA Knight, and he's like, he cheating, he cheating.
Time out. out here calling a timeout in the middle of a wrestling match. And then, what was that out there? Man, I called an audible. Who's the quarterback? You are. I called the play. I told you to run the play. You didn't run the play. I had to call an audible. I mean, I'm on the injured reserve list. I can't do nothing.
Can't do that. You don't know what?
I'm off the injured reserve list. I can do something.
I can do something. It's just so. Oh my god! I miss that so much. Even though I do hope when they do bring him back, he needs to like we can laugh a little later. Right now, he needs to lay Solo out because they put the chair around his neck, and that's his brother too. I think they don't really play that up enough. Like we know that because we're wrestling fans.
Oh yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like we of course play up that Jimmy and Jay are twins, but I think sometimes they forget to mention that Jimmy and Jay and Solo, all three of them are brothers. You know, like when we gonna get that Jay or Jimmy getting his revenge on Solo?
Oh, yeah.
His own brother put a chair around his neck, y'all. Put him on the injured reserve list.
For real.
For real, for real. I like DIY. I feel like they get disrespected a lot, but I like them. Do you like them?
Yeah. Them losing in Cleveland was messed up. I see that why they didn't do it on SummerSlam, and just had them lose on the SmackDown before. But I mean, again, it goes back to what have they done since they lost? What 3 weeks ago? 1, 2.
Yeah,
literally 3 weeks ago. I don't think they've been on TV. And yet somehow they're in a number one contenders match. I mean, maybe they did the qualifiers last week, but still, it's the same thing every single week.
Oh.
So I want the Profits to win. Profits and Patchy and Gremlin will be good. Will be really good.
Okay. Okay. Here's my thing about Street Profits. I don't dislike them. I don't like them as a team. They're another one that they should have turned on each other like 3 years ago. And so I'm like constantly like because I like Montez and I like Dawkins, but I want them. I feel similarly about them as I do the New Day. That is like their time of being, to me, their attraction as a tag team. That ship has sailed. It's time to either turn heel, turn somebody heel, one face, one heel. They don't excite me anymore. I don't dislike them. I just want more drama from them, maybe, because I like the villains. I want some drama. Like, where's the excitement? They just kind of give us. And I do like the addition of B-Fab, but she's a lot like Scarlett. She's beautiful and she does not speak.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, whenever first it was Bobby Lashley and those two, and then Bobby Lashley just went away. And they were doing heel stuff. They were doing face stuff. They switched up their music. They went back to the old music. They added B-Fab. They took her off. Bobby Lashley on TV. She came back when he went off TV. And now they're back to being faces, ?
Yep. They've done everything except break up. Like, you named all the possible ways to go except break up. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I love to see faces turn heel. If you can't do it together, then someone do it apart. Because I feel like, again, like I said, it's only so much you can do as a face. There's what do they say? That ceiling is very low, in my opinion. And everything you just named, I think that they've done that. In ring, they're excellent. I don't think their in ring work is bad at all. I just feel like they could supplement that excellent in-ring work with better story than just feuding with random feuds, just that don't really go too much of anywhere,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sucks because it's like once you have a tag team that does so good in NXT, comes up, does have the success on Raw, and then goes to SmackDown, has this success. So they've already been tag team champions on both brands. It's like, where do you go from here?
That's true.
Not everyone is going to be the Usos, the New Day, and have banger after banger after banger after banger. Like, that's a generation tag team great versus tag team great. You got the Street Profits in their call up class from NXT, and that's the only tag team that I can name, directly from NXT. That's an
That's
actual
true.
tag team. Like,
Dang, that's true. That's so true. Now that you're saying that, because Gargano and what are their
Ciampa.
names? Thank you.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, but it's like they had a feud, they made
They're
up, they had a
OG,
feud, they were in a group, they weren't in a group. I mean,
right? They're OGs. Like they're like OG NXT. But I will give it to them though. I do think they have run that well. Like they have done everything we just said. They've been healed, they've been faced, they've had bitter. I mean, they about killed each other in their matches, like bitter
yeah,
feuds, heel turns, face turns. They have done it all, but they've stayed entertaining though, and they're of course excellent in ring. But I did, yeah. What you said, the way that they lost the titles, I understood why, but I did feel bad for them. I wish they could have had a longer title run, which is why I kind of hate that they split up the tag team titles.
yeah,
That's I understand why they did it, but it's just something about like seeing the Usos with two belts. Like, oh, it's just those pictures from that era, like the tag team, both titles, seeing Roman with two titles and then with two titles. Those pictures belong in a museum. It's just how dominant can you be? Like they literally remember when he was like, I want y'all to go and get the tag team titles, and they did, and they dominated for over a year. I think it was a very long
yeah,
time. They just
yeah.
they set the standard, and I just don't feel like anyone has met that since. And they lost the titles quite some time ago, so that says a lot.
Yeah, yeah, instantly them losing the titles to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who it was just because it was the history was there, but was Kevin Owens not telling Sami Zayn that he was crazy and insane for the conspiracy stuff? Not even a full year and a half before that, like.
That's exactly what we were talking about. A lot of my friends here in the chat were friends on chats elsewhere, just like you and I. We chat, we talk, we chat, and that was something that Brooke pointed out, that she made a really good point, that they did not start building them as an actual tag team in this era till like 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
before
yeah. It just
they really did not build that up properly to be
hello,
given such a prize.
ain't
Right,
nobody
right.
talking to you.
Hello, exactly. That one, I think they leaned too much on their history. Like how many
Yes.
times we point out, sometimes they ignore history altogether. Then other times they rely on it too heavily. I'm like, okay, they do have history, but to be given, like I just said, to break this epic title reign, to be given, you're breaking the longest reigning tag team title run of all time. I feel like they could have planned that out much better. That
Oh
should have
yeah.
been, to strip the Usos and give it to them. I'm like, they just became a tag team, like in this era. Like, is this of all the people? I'm like, that's what we're doing, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's just it's almost just frustrating with how many plot holes there are.
There
Brooke's
is.
laughing at me because I
Yeah.
said hello. Ain't nobody talking to you.
And then when Meechin slapped him and he act like he got hit by he act like he got shot the way he fell.
The
Oh,
way
oh, oh.
the way he got hit and then paused and then fell. Like,
He is such a nut. Like he does it so well. Like I bet he has Naomi just. I feel like they make like a real life good couple. Some couples you get the sense that it's like just for TV, but I feel like they really love each other for real, because they both seem like so silly and fun, and he just seems like he would be a funny person in real life, because his
oh yeah.
humor just tickles me beyond wrestling. Just hilarious.
The one video where they were doing run throughs for the entrances and or whatever, and he came out to Naomi's, and then said about her. She came out to his, and she was dressed as Jimmy, and Jay was like, something ain't right. And then she's like, oh, just wait till he comes out as me or whatever. And those videos crack me up.
Yes, the behind the scenes. Oh, good times, man. Sometimes I wish they would revive Total Divas, but then I'm like, well, maybe they don't. Maybe sometimes when they revive stuff, it's just maybe we should just let Well Enough be.
Maybe Netflix will do it.
That's true. That's true. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little salty. I understand why Raw is going to Netflix, but I prefer SmackDown. I wish it was SmackDown going to Netflix.
Yeah.
It's always been my preferred show for years, not just now, like for many years. Even before Roman, it was my favorite show.
Yeah. Eventually, I'm sure eventually everything will be on Netflix. I mean, the Peacock deal is going to be here for another it's probably up next year. So you know.
Well, that's true.
Like Triple H has hinted, whenever they switch over to Netflix, 80% of the world is going to see WWE on Netflix, and the other 20% is the U.S., Canada, and I'm assuming the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and this part that probably do Peacock for the network and whatnot. So it'll come in due time. It'll come in due time.
It will. I'm pretty sure because you know that. How much was it? Like a $55 billion deal or something like that? Some insane number.
10 years, $5 billion.
I knew there was a 5 there somewhere.
Yeah,
I think that was it. It was a whole lot of billions, multiple billions.
Billions and billions.
Billions. Yes, really. Speaking of which, I'm sure that they're paying to get some Dwayne Johnson in there on some. I would, if I was Netflix, I would want Dwayne Johnson on there.
Well, I think that's what went into making the move to Netflix was The Rock coming in, being a part of it, and helping work that relationship with Netflix with his, movies and movies that he's done with Netflix and whatnot. So
that's true. I forgot he does have direct part because he's got his hands in so much. I forget sometimes. He did have that direct partnership with them. What was that movie? Red Notice. Red Notice.
With Ryan Reynolds, and then there was also the Christmas themed one or whatever. Red Notice was hilarious. I enjoyed that one.
I didn't see that. Funny. I'll have to go see that one, but I saw the trailer for Red 1. I'm like, he likes the word red in there. Red 1 when I went to go see Minions. Very grown up. I was like, okay. That was actually the first trailer that they showed, and I was like, they know their audience well. They got me. I'm like, add that to the list. The Rock's in, and I'm probably going to go see it.
Shout out Moana.
Yes.
Yeah, I do love Moana. I will say that's like one of the, and I have younger cousins and younger
nieces and nephews.
Not nieces and nephews, but like nieces and nephews. I guess I don't know. I'm the Funkle definitely. Any younger kid, I'm the Funkle for sure.
Funkle. I have never heard. Please put that on a shirt. Please, I bet I have never heard anyone put it all together like that. Oh man, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna take the Funkle. So can you be a font? That sounds like an insult though. Never mind. That doesn't hit the same. Funkle hits more than a font. Oh man, that's funny. I don't mean any harm, but it is 9:40. And
this tag match has been good. Yeah, DIY profits are killing it, sure. But again, it's the same thing every week. We're waiting for Roman. I don't care about who is going to go on and lose to Patchy the Pirate and Mr. Gremlin that doesn't get fed after midnight. Which, again, why they have the titles and Solo Sikoa doesn't, yet he's the tribal chief, is a whole nother thing.
You're right about that, because couldn't they have given him another title? I mean, I don't know. Something. They could have made up another title or something. I don't know.
There's no title. He already has the Will of Follow. That's more prestige than Cody's title.
That's true.
I mean, how
That's
bad would
true.
that? That would be a bad look if Solo's like, you know what, Cody, take your play toy, and I'll just go take LA Knight and show that the United States is all under the island of relevant or whatever. I mean, that just
That would
as I
absolutely
as I
expose
say
them.
it sounds ridiculous, but
It sounds bad, but it would like if you think it's bad now, that would like put them on absolute full blast. Like, you know what? I don't even need your raggedy little title. I'm gonna go get the real title. That's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. So you're right. We are getting Bloodline 2.0 versus what do they call? Oh, they're because remember at one point they were the Pride, but we're back to the Street Profits.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Oh, Brooke, don't speak it. Don't speak it. Once again,
I guess he's coming out at 9:51. So we're gonna have
ugh.
10 minutes of Solo running his mouth, and then we're gonna get Roman. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Questions that need answers. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Corey Graves there with a nod to Michael Cole during the pin. We want, and then the smoke. So Corey Graves, take a note that doesn't fit as well as finish the novel.
Thank you. I was getting so nauseated, but you said novel. I got a little bit less nauseated. Okay. All right. That's a little better than finish the story.
Oh.
Yes, Brooke. They about to hit us with a Wheatley's commercial and a freaking Slim Jim commercial. Dude wipes, all the sponsorships they have, everything but my OTC.
Nightmare tissues.
Oh my god. That actually sounds pretty legit. Cody's people, if you're listening, that's the most positive advice you're gonna get over here. So you better run. I don't know what's going on with my legs right now. I gave up. Humidity got me. Solo, he looks.
They real quick. They flashed a graphic for the tag title match next Friday. And Jacob Fatu is pictured in the graphic, so I don't know if he is going to be returning for that tag title match next week. So maybe we won't have to deal with Bocce the Pirate next week after all.
Every insult you use is better than the last. Oh, it's so terrible, but dang, if it ain't funny.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I mean, is he supposed to be the comedy relief? Do you think they're doing it on purpose? Is he the Jimmy? Is he Jimmy? The Jimmy of the new one? Is it meant to be funny? Is it meant to be ironic? Like, what are we supposed to feel?
I feel like at first it was like, because I didn't even know this. I watched Wrestle Chop's next video about the botches and everything.
Oh.
And I didn't even realize that he botched his debut. He didn't pull the ref out in time, so the ref had to slide himself out. And then he talked about that Money in the Bank whenever he missed KO with the low blow. I'm like, but dude, he was concussed. His head smacked the announce table. So let's cut him a break on that one.
Yeah.
And then there's been others since that. Everyone was saying about how he held the title last week. I mean, again, the title still does not look to be too big for him. I think he's probably still concussed from Money in the Bank, and
I know, right?
Maybe playing into it, but.
And they did. Someone I saw. I can't remember who it was, but someone said that he was holding it that way to show, because he technically is not, like we said, the Freebird rule. He technically is not the champion. Yeah. They said that he was holding it to show whoever's name it was. I don't know if it was Tonga or whoever.
Right.
So I'm like, he's not. His botches are still better than anything Cody is doing. It's still not. It's still it. And again, he's not the Jacob. Jacob is the beast, the werewolf. He is more of a supporting character. Because mind you, isn't he still supposed to be injured? Isn't he still wearing the patch? So it is kind of keeping up, if to that degree. That he can get better. I'm still going to give him a chance. I don't think he's past the point of no return.
Yeah,
especially because we got the Civil War.
That comedic relief without being the comedic relief. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. But whatever, who was it that said, or what was it? No, what? Oh man, CM Punk. He said about the fake ass Usos and cosplay Roman Reigns, to meaning the Tongas and Solo. And I mean, he's absolutely right. Fake ass Usos.
Hey. But that you're right that if they are playing that up, they're like a lesser quality Usos. They're successful. It's like a joke, but still, all jokes aside, they still be putting people through tables. They still be laying people out just fine. So for all of their botches and stuff, they still don't have any problem laying people out. So I think that the Samoanness, the aggressiveness, is still there, even if we do have whatever that is. I don't even remember what the question was. The gremlin. I was like, what are we doing, sir?
The gremlin. And then he comes out doing that crawl thing, like
Dexter Lumis. Oh my god. It's so creepy. What are we doing? Man, listen. It is 9:47. Where is Roman? Brooke is killing the chat. She says Solo is looking good. I do agree. He was not. I mean, he was not giving me like international sex symbol when he first debuted, but he's coming up. He's coming up. Word speaking can change your appeal. Here, speaking of which, he's about to talk.
Unless you're Roman, you don't need to speak.
That's true. It's true. No words necessary. The way he says "acknowledge me," I know. I feel like how is he like holding back laughter? Because I would be like, I'm just playing, y'all. I can. My producer said that Roman says "acknowledge me" better than Solo, and she's absolutely correct. So intelligent.
Yeah. There's no way the cheap copy can beat the original.
He said, "You don't want to acknowledge me."
I know one day.
He just speared you last week. Why do you think he's going to acknowledge you?
Oh man.
Or OGC, whatever the hell it is. If you want this thing to follow back,
Woo! But you know what though? Real quick, something I was thinking about. Solo, they're gonna have to write Solo off TV soon because I don't know if I forgot about this. His wife is also pregnant. So his wife is gonna be having a baby soon if she hasn't already. So he's probably gonna be off TV soon as well. Oh, he is coming. He is coming. Okay. Say his name and he shall appear. Something about them Joes, man. Them Joes. I agree, Brooke. They better not give us the same. They bet. I mean, even if they do, what are we going to do about it? But, I'd rather them not. Okay.
So, something about Joe's name. Samoan's name Joe as well.
I was going to say Joe Anawai, Joe Hendry, Samoa Joe, Something about them Joes. Is he in a hoodie? Is that a hoodie? Yeah, I think. Is this a short sleeve hoodie? I haven't seen that in a long time. He's wearing a short sleeve hoodie. I'd still buy it. Not trying to be funny. I'd still buy it. I'd definitely still buy it. I'm just saying. Hadn't seen that in a while. Solo's wife.
I mean, instantly,
it's a vest.
Roman's music for me just hit, and I'm instantly seeing everyone with the ones up, and it makes me think of SmackDown or SummerSlam when Roman returned instantly, entire stadium acknowledged him.
Instantaneously.
And
Like,
what happened to the whoa? It went from
like
whoa to OTC.
right, immediately. Like, did you see that clip of when they played Roman's theme at the club? That had me cracking up, dude. Like, that is, I just was so, it just warms my heart to see people like in the wild. Like, that was at a random club, and literally everybody's one went up. I was like, oh, they're so, that little relevancy is growing, and I love that for us. Love that. Just like a random club. And the DJ's like, acknowledge. Doesn't he? I think he says, acknowledge your tribal chief. And I'm like, look at God. I just love it. The world is healing. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Okay, what we about to say here? They're staring holes into each other.
See, this like aura, face to face, a face
That's
off.
it.
Not, hey Cody, you dropped your title. I just helped you beat these guys to so you didn't get your butt kicked again for the 20th week in a row. They wanted to talk about how this is the 35th sellout on TV. Well, let's talk about the 26 times in a row where you got your ass beat. But hey, I got your back. We're going to have a title match in 15 days, but I got your back.
Right. And I respect you and you deserve it. And what? What is all this? And Roman, like you said, Roman still has not said anything. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Someone talking getting in some shots. Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure he's still salty about last week because he was getting the brakes beat off him last week. Roman is gonna need some help here soon. Oh, rock bottom. Love a good rock bottom. What time is it? 9:51. Okay, I feel like someone's about to go through a table.
We definitely
yeah.
acknowledge the greatest defensive player of all time.
Absolutely. There is no question. No worries. That ain't no problem. No problem at all. Hey, TJ. She said that man is so fine. Girl, I feel like that's an understatement at this point. I feel like that is not, I feel like to a person who, I mean, it just doesn't feel like that's a strong enough word. Like to say Cody's reign is mid doesn't feel strong enough. To say Roman is fine is not. He's in a league of his own. He's just he is him. He is him. He's him. He's there. He's him. And right now, I'm gonna need him to get some help because Solo is a little bit too in control here for my liking. Not a Samoan Spike. Oh, Roman Doug. Yeah. Listen to me. Who do I sound like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
sound like Gremlin there.
Okay, okay, let's go. Let's get a spear. We need a good ooh-ah. There it is. Ooh-ah. Solo really needs to get better at ducking these. That's like his third one. Yeah, do you like it at this point? Because you've been getting a lot of spears, sir. Roman's a strong man. Like literally, that's a strong dude. He lost his dad and his uncle in like less than 2 months. Oh, look at that visual. Look at the visual. You see that? The title laying on top of the Ulafala.
Oh. Once again, the Ulafala remains on top.
He knocks the title out of the way. He's like, get this mess out of here. And he picks up the Ulafala. And the crowd goes wild. Put it on. He looks so relieved. He looks relieved. Like he looks like he just landed safely in the plane. Oh, Jacob Fatu. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Jacob Fatu and his freshly dyed locks just knocked the Ulafala off of Roman. His hair is freshly done. And he just threw Roman into the ring post. Oh, no. My tribal chief. Somebody help my tribal chief. Oh, no. Woo! Oh, Oh no! I hate this ending. This is terrible. No. How could they do this? Oh no! This is exactly what I feared. I wanted him to be on Roman's side, but I don't think so now because he's beating him down. Roman needs a friend. Where? Oh no! He threw him out of the ring. Oh no! They're about to put Roman through the announcer table. I can't watch. Nikki got to No. Oh no. I have not seen Roman go through an announcer table in like 4 years. Oh no! And then Jacob picks him up. He drags him off the announcer table. And now Tama Tonga's holding the Ulafala. Right, bro. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh no.
He's in a boot and everything.
Right. Literally. They need to try and cover it up. Oh no. And now Tama Tonga put the Ulafala back on Solo. And not they got Roman laid out. Oh, this visual is sickening. Oh, I cannot. Oh no. And the show's gonna go off with Roman laid out, and Jacob and Tama Tonga and Solo are holding up the ones. Oh, my heart. Oh,
well, like we said, we gotta go through this a little bit, maybe a week or two, and that not a week or two because we're not going to see Roman. Apparently, we're not going to see Roman again until the 13th when they do switch to USA. But I mean, at this point,
well, they obviously my producer says that was a horrible ending. Anytime seeing my tribal chief anything other than standing tall is a sad day for me. But they definitely have now more than ever. It's more obvious that Roman needs a team. Like as fantastic as he is, I agree, TJ, that was terrible. But even the tribal chief, he gonna need some help. Oh no. And he has no Paul too. That's another thing too. He's not at his best because he doesn't have the Usos. He doesn't have Paul. We need the wise man. Paul, please call somebody. Call the Usos. Call everybody. Every number in that phone. Now wait a minute, TJ.
Dean and Seth. Oh Lord.
No, wait a minute.
Don't start us on that because we're about to go over to post bell here in a minute, and I cannot be up until 5 o'clock. I work at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I can't do it.
You're like, I love how you're like convincing yourself like I'm not gonna do it.
I can't do it.
Nick, you don't want to talk about our tribal chief with me for like 8 more hours? That's not like your goal.
I would rather do that than sit on the phone tomorrow for 5 hours and have no one answer. But I need some sleep. I need
the pesky sleeping and bills getting in the way.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
I don't remember signing up for this whole adulting thing. Thanks, Mom.
Sleeping. No, I feel you. I still haven't recovered from last week. I have not. I can't hang like I used to hang. Like that was the equivalent of like, back in the day, like going to like club hopping, bar hopping, go party, bar, party, after party, go to Waffle House. Yeah, that's what that was. And I still have not recovered. I cannot hang like I used to hang. They say when you do what you love is like you're not working. That goes so far. About 5 a.m. It feels like a little bit of work.
I mean, if it was like, we were making money from said stream that went 3.5 hours before 5.5 hour off stream conversation, it would have been fun.
That part. I mean, which is why
it's like The Rock having to sell the ever living, out of that elbow, the spear he took from Roman, and him having to do that. It probably didn't feel as bad whenever he saw The Wire come in the next morning with that WrestleMania main event paycheck. So
I know that's right. The way that he did sell it, he was putting on some good acting. That was definitely that Hollywood. he had like the little. Did you see the memes where they're like, when you hit your younger brother and you barely touched him, he tries to act like you killed him. I had flashbacks because my younger brother and I used to watch wrestling, and we would be doing moves on each other. It didn't matter that I was a girl. Didn't matter. Didn't stop me from getting choke slam and putting sharpshooter and all kinds of moves. And you're like, oh my God, I would have heard, like, I didn't even touch you. Like, that's exactly what that was like. The Rock acted like he killed him.
Full on, like, I can just picture that being how the Usos grew up, and along with Roman and everything like that. But yeah, I send those memes to my sister all the time. I'm like, you are so lucky that I did not watch when we were in middle school, and her and I used to just we would scrap and everything. I'm like, you are so lucky, because the one I sent was, you didn't grow up with a brother if your brother wasn't putting you in a sharpshooter or whatever. And she just laughs at it. I'm like, no, you think I'm joking, but tell me when I'm telling lies. Yeah.
Oh no. I was there. I could attest. Eyewitness account that yes. Sharpshooter, walls of Jericho, all those moves. That's why I think that probably added to why for years and years I really did believe wrestling was real, because I'm like, well, it hurt when I got put in it. So I imagine when professionals were doing it would hurt quite a bit. So yeah, it's real to me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do we're gonna wrap up the watch along for SmackDown, go over, and since we did talk a lot about it, we'll just run through SmackDown real quick and talk about what we think we're going to see next week without our tribal chief. Because as of right now, the next date that we know of, he will not be on until we do switch over to USA.
Which is like a month from now.
from Fox, which
my God.
Rest in peace. The viewership of the final month on Fox.
Right.
Probably more black screens to come. So that is going to do it here on the SmackDown Watch Along on the network, Martina's channel, my channels. We'll do like a 10:08 start time over on Post Bell. So we will go over there, get in. I'm gonna run upstairs, grab a drink, because I'm starting to feel it from talking all day on the phone, or rather just dialing all day. But we will see you very, very soon to just run through SmackDown real quick, and then wrap it up so I can go to bed, get some sleep, and then go back into work tomorrow, because again, adulting responsibilities have to take priority. Yawn. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I feel you. You got to go to work. Got to go be a mom. Parenting.
I tell every time I see the meme where it says about your mom said, I brought you into this world, I can take you out, and it's the kid saying, I'm ready, take me out. I say every time, every single time.
Oh man. I feel. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We can talk. See, this is how it starts. And then that reminds me of the time. Like, let me just put myself on mute so we can actually make it to Post Bell.
All right, from the network, from Martina, from Sleeper Sports Media, we will be back very, very momentarily. Go on over to Post Bell. Go pile drive the ever living you know what out of the subscribe button. Pretend it is a whole bunch of Cody crybabies, and you are just hammering down the facts that Cody and his title reign sucks on the like button. Share it out on my channel, on Martina's channel, on the network's channels, and we will see you very soon. We'll see you sooner than we're going to see Roman back on SmackDown. Yeah.
Oh. Bye.